Good afternoon and welcome to Places in Ontario, Canada. Today we're down in Scarborough, Ontario, Canada, down at the Guild Inn, and they have plenty of old stone and concrete cornerstones and entrances and things like that, a lot of them were in downtown Toronto. And the one you're looking at has a date of 1890 something on it. As I pick up the camera and we have a closer look here, it's just that the other year, I don't even want to guess, although it almost looks like a 3, but then it could be an 8, it could be a 9, so 1890s. And there's no information on this or where it came from, but there are a lot down here that I will be able to let you know what they are. We're standing in front of a lot of the new buildings. This is so new, it hasn't even opened yet. And if you know the Guild area in Toronto, or in Scarborough as they say, you'll know that a lot of this just wasn't here. So the address here is 191 Guildwood Parkway, the Clark Center for the Arts. Beautiful building. And there is another building here, but that's not why we're here. We're here to see monuments. So I usually like to film right away. What we'll do is we'll walk down here to one of the more popular. You can see the columns in the background. So I'm going to leave the camera running, and I don't know what this is. This looks newer, although I've been wrong before, and I know I'll be wrong again. And this says the Engine House. Engine House number 2. So usually there's a, oops, sorry about that. There's a lot of long weeds here. Engine House number 2. Usually there's plaques. This one doesn't have one. So I will try to put information up later down below in the description. There must be something on the internet about it. If there isn't, the information won't be there. So, as I walk down through the pathway here of the Guild, into the Guild area, actually if I pan to the left, some people just sitting on their bench over there, that's the original Guildwood Inn. You can see a lot of those images on the internet, but this particular building here is brand new. So back to the trail. See, there's so many things here to see, but as promised, I'm going to go have a look at this first, because this is, it's almost 100% right that this is the biggest monument down here, or structure. There's a lot of wedding photos. Looks like old Roman columns or Greek columns, and a lot of wedding photos and movies and TV shows, etc. have been filmed down here. So as I go through here, I will pan back because it's actually a stage. And I'm going to just go down these steps here into the Guild area here, where you can see a pan of a lot of things here. I'm just going to walk to them and then start the film, pause and play for you. But I just wanted to give you a little walk down here. I'm going to try and, before I pan here, I'm going to try and put the sun behind the trees there. So I'm going to put it behind the pillar, and there you go. So this is, I'm saying famous, but it's very, very popular. As you can see, for wedding magazines, wedding photos, etc. And I will climb back up here and Now we're just going to go directly to all the monuments, not all of them, but a lot of them in here, and I'll let you know about them. Here's a very large stone side of a building, probably the top of a building, and it says the Quebec Bank, 1818. There's two plaques. One says the Toronto General Trust Building, and the one on the right says the Canada Permanent Trust Company. So that definitely looks like the top of a building that would have been somewhere in downtown Toronto. And just to the left, where you just saw that Quebec Bank, is this monument at the very top, just in the center below those 8 round cylinder concrete. It says built 1899. It also says AD and then 1899. And this, I'm guessing, is probably still part of the Quebec Bank. Let's have a look at the column that's just to the right. So the plaque right here on this column that you're about to see, the plaque says the Registry of Deeds and Land Titles, 1915 to 1964. And this column stood at the Albert Street in Toronto, on Albert Street in Toronto. And the architect was Charles S. Cobb, as I pick up the camera and show you this column. Here's the entrance to the R.H. King Collegiate Institute that stood from 1922 to 1976 at St. Clair East at Kingston Road in Scarborough. And the architect, it looks like it says Gouinlock and Carter. So Gouin, Lock and Carter. And this is the entrance to the Collegiate. And at the top it says boys. And it's sitting here in the park here at Guildwood. So here's the plaque for the entrance of the Bank of Nova Scotia that stood from 1903 to 1969 at 39 King Street West in Toronto. And the architects were Darling and Pearson. And this is the entrance. I'm going to show you from both sides because there's gates on the other side. At the top it says established 1832, so that would be, I would assume, the bank itself. And if you banked at this bank up to 1969, you did this. You walked right through this entrance. Oh, there's shuffleboard courts here. That must have been when the Guild was here as the hotel. So as I turn around, okay, I had that wrong. This is the entrance that you would have walked through. The other one was me leaving the bank. I'm just going to pan to the left because I'm here now running the film. And this says built in 1903. And I don't see a plaque, but absolutely beautiful architecture. If you see, I'm going to put this down and see if I can just zoom up and have a few seconds of steady. And as I'm filming that, I'm looking around. There is no plaque. Oh, I'm wrong. See, I told you I'd be wrong again. The plaque is over here. And the plaque states stone carvings from the facade of the Bank of Nova Scotia from 1903 to 1969, 39 King Street West in Toronto again, and the architects again, Darling and Pearson. So this big stone monument stands right beside the entrance. Wow, the sun is really nice today, as you can tell, so I'll give you a little wider angle of it. That's the stone facade, and that was the entrance to the bank. And that's the original Guild Inn in the background. I'll have a closer up shot. Was that English? A closer up shot a little bit further along in the video. So I just wanted to film this quickly. This is the St. Francis and the Wolf by Thomas Bowie. Born in 1905, was a resident Guild sculptor from 1955 to 1963. I just filmed this because I believe it's an old grist wheel, like a wheel from the, yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. With the original metal piece in it. There was a plaque, but it's gone. So this is the gates from the Gibson House, 3 Dale Avenue in Rosedale. And it says the terracotta stonework is from Produce Exchange Building, Scott and Colson, Toronto. Scott and Colburn Streets in Toronto, the southeast corner. It was built in 1890 and modernized in 1995. And this is the gate. Where they've situated it here in the Guild, straight ahead through the gates, where I'm going to walk and show you folks. It's quite ornate. Terracotta, it's amazing. As you walk in here, it's a beautiful path. And I'm obviously not going to jump over this. Listen, I'll do a lot of stuff, but when you see a sign that says danger, bluffs unstable, do not climb the bluffs, you don't, all right, I'll go over the wire. All right, I'll go through the wire. Okay. It says no trespassing, but, you know, only here for a few seconds. And this is the bluffs. So I'm going to use my selfie stick and go right over. Look at that. That is Lake Ontario. That should be Buffalo or Rochester, New York, right across the way. You can't really see too much, but at least the shoreline of the lake is there. And this is the view back. Wow. Oh, why the graffiti? Why? So as we go back under this, I'll show you the gates in a second. There's a gentleman, a couple of seconds, there's a gentleman with his lady taking a picture, so I didn't want to interrupt that. But there is a bench here in memory of Sean Riches. He was born in February 5th, 1974, and passed away February 14th, 1999. Love all your family and friends. What a great memorial right here looking right over the bluffs. So, as those folks walk away, that is, well, I think we saw it already, but okay, one more time. So that's the bluffs, and that is the walkway from the other side with the iron gates. Now let's go have a look at some other monuments. Now there's a big planter. I just noticed a tree over here dedicated to somebody. And this tree right here looks like it's about, I don't know, 10, 12 years old. This is for Kurt Gunzel in appreciation of 37 years maintaining the Guild Inn estate grounds. Oh, that's so nice. From 1953 to 1990. Is that ever nice? I'm glad I filmed that. So you're about to see some stone pieces from the Toronto Star building that stood from 1929 to 1972 at 80 King Street West in Toronto, and the architects were Chapman and Oxley, my apologies. Let's have a look. And those are the stones. There's 9 pieces. And I don't know if you're a Vincent Price fan and you remember the movie The House on Haunted Hill, it's sort of got an effect of the outside architecture of the house they used in that movie. Beautiful. So here's an interesting piece of artwork. It's a tree and concrete, and the concrete's made to look like the tree. So I'm going to zoom in and have a better look. So if you can see, this is concrete, and then this is the wood. And they've combined it for a very nice piece of artwork. Very nice. So this is the walkway up the path to the original Guild Inn. And I'll tell you folks, years ago it didn't look like this when I was here. It was pretty run down, and they fixed it all up, which is really nice. The gardens are beautiful. And they've added on to it with more modern architecture on that side as well as this other side. It's absolutely beautiful here. So as we walk up the stairs, it says the original Guild Inn was built in 1914. So I'm just gonna turn the camera just so you can sort of see the architecture. And that is where I came from. And those are the terracotta gateways. The lady over in the purple there, she has a photographer with her. So it could be magazine like I was mentioning earlier, or pre-wedding photos, I don't know. So, we're about 18.5 minutes into this video. I'm going to end it right here with a giant entrance to the Imperial Bank of Canada, which stood from 1928 to 1972. And it says 882, I believe, is that right? 882 Yonge Street, north of Bloor, in Toronto, and the architects were Langley and Howland. Beautiful flowers. I'm going to back up and let you all know that if you'd like to subscribe, please have a look in the bottom right corner. You'll see an outline of Ontario with the word subscribe in it. So you just click on that. And we will see you again very soon. Be sure to see our former videos and so many more to come. I leave you here from the Guild in Toronto, Scarborough. Have a wonderful day.